The internet is split. Half say Hermes is the future, half say OpenClaw is still better. So I installed both on my server, ran the exact same tasks. And honestly, neither side is telling the full story. So let's test them. So I started with the simplest test, installation. OpenClaw was running in under 20 minutes. Hermes took closer to 40 minutes. Honestly, both were easy to install. OpenClaw was faster, Hermes took a bit more setup, but neither of them was difficult enough to win this round. It's 1-1. Round 2. Platforms. OpenClaw supports 25 platforms out of the box. Hermes supports only 21. But I care way more about this. How painful is it to actually connect one? Connecting platforms felt almost identical on both. Fast and clean. But OpenClaw takes this point for wider ecosystem. This is how OpenClaw handles memory. You have got files like SoulMD, AgentsMD, but most of the context is written by you. So if you want the agent to remember something important, you usually update these files yourself. It works, it's predictable, but the memory is mostly manual. Hermes handles this very differently. So, if OpenClaw memory is mostly manual, then Hermes flips the model completely. Instead of you writing memory into files like SoulMD, MemoryMD, Hermes observes what actually matters. It learns from behavior, not from instructions. And instead of managing memory, you just use the system. No file editing, no manual updates, no thinking about what to save. Hermes confidently takes this point. In OpenClaw, skills are basically instruction packs. You install them from ClawHub or write them yourself. Honestly, this part is really polished, but Hermes does something OpenClaw doesn't. Same format, same idea, but Hermes can create skills automatically. After a complex task, Hermes literally writes a reusable skill for itself, so next time it doesn't need to figure the workflow out again. It's a draw. OpenClaw wins on skill variety, but Hermes wins on skill creation. One command, OpenClaw dashboard, and it opens. You get sessions, every conversation across all channels logged in one place. Cron jobs, scheduled tasks with a UI, no config editing. There is even a webhook mode so external services can trigger your cron jobs via HTTP. Config editor with a form-based UI and a smart conflict guard. Live log tail in the browser and a debug tab with full request inspection. The community also built their own dashboards on top with cost tracking, CPU metrics, spend charts, two-factor auth, Docker management. Solid foundation. Keep that in mind when we look at Hermes. Same one comment. Hermes dashboard and it opens, but right on the landing page you already see live session count, recent conversations, token usage, no clicking around, analytics built in by default, tokens, cache hit rate, cost, per model breakdown, 7 to 90-day range. That's what OpenClaw's community had to build themselves. Cron with delivery targets, Telegram, Discord, email, config in form fields, no YAML, API keys managed in the UI, and the full TUI embedded directly in the browser tab. 6 XAMPs out of the box. The community added even more on top. Same concept as OpenClaw's dashboard, just more included by default. And one more thing. Hermes has a Kanban board built into the dashboard. Your agent's tasks visualized as cards. Drag, drop, track what's running, what's done, what's stuck. I didn't expect to like it as much as I do, but it's generally useful when you have multiple cron jobs and workflows running at the same time. Hermes takes this point for a better dashboard. And now live test. I gave one the same task to boss, and results are completely different. Alright, same task. Fetch today's top AI tools from Product Hunt. Summarize them, send the report. Let's see what OpenClaw does. It went to an AI digest aggregator called Agents Radar, not Product Hunt directly. So the data is already filtered through another layer. Different tools, different upvote counts than what's actually live on the leaderboard right now. But look at the bottom of the report. It added its own analysis. Today's ZAM AI infrastructure is measuring fast. OpenClaw didn't just fetch and format, it reasoned about the data. That's actually impressive. The delivery worked. The format is clean. The insight is there. But the source, not primary. Now Hermes. Same task, same prompt. It went straight to Product Hunt. The actual leaderboard, not an aggregator. Real tools, real upvote counts, live data. .form Claude up at 115 points, display.dev at 105 points. You can open Product Hunt right now and verify every single number. Format is clean, links are live, delivered directly to my Telegram, no extra steps. It didn't add analysis like OpenClaw did. No today's ZAM, no editorial layer. Just accurate data, cleanly formatted, straight to your phone. And then I clicked the skills folder. New folder. Hermes created a skill automatically after completing the task. Next time I ask for a product hunt report, it already knows how to do it. It learned from this task. So, who won the live test? Depends what you value. OpenClaw got the wrong source but added real insight. It thought about the data, not just fetched it. Hermes got the right source, accurate number, clean delivery but just reported facts, no analysis. For reliability, Hermes. For reasoning, OpenClaw. But here's the tiebreaker. Hermes created a skill after this task. Next time I run this, it's faster. It already knows the procedure. OpenClaw will start from scratch. In real deployment, that compounds. Every task Hermes completes makes it slightly better at the next one. OpenClaw stays exactly on the same point. Live test, Hermes takes it on accuracy and self-improvement, but OpenClaw surprised me with analysis. For me, Hermes takes this point. OpenClaw keeps everything in one file. OpenClaw.json, gateway token, bot tokens, config, all together. If this file leaks, everything leaks. Hermes splits it from day one, config in config.yaml, credentials in auth.json, secrets in .env. If we are checking what we have out of the box, Hermes wins. Final score 3 to 6. Hermes wins. But let me be honest with you. OpenClaw won on platforms, 25 channels, iOS app, more ecosystem. That's real. Hermes won on everything that makes an agent feel alive. Memories that builds itself, skills that self-improve, a dashboard that shows you your costs. Better security defaults out of the box. But here's what the score doesn't show you. The smartest setups I have seen don't pick one. They run both. OpenClaw as the orchestrator, handling routing, channels, multi-agent coordination. Hermes as the execution engine, doing the actual work, learning from it, getting better every day. Together they cover everything. OpenClaw's 25 platforms feeding tasks into Hermes. Hermes building skills and memory, passing the result back. That's not a compromise. That's actually more powerful than either one alone. And that's exactly what the next video is about. I'm going to show you how to make these two agents work as a team. Real setup, real deployment, real client workflow. If that sounds useful, subscribe.